So today we're going to have a look at updating WTPart structures from an Excel spreadsheet. So I've got here in my demo system a bike assembly. It's got as the top level child the frame assembly, which has frame components, and we're wanting to add to it some wheels that already exist within Windchill. But rather than add them in the structure manager, we're going to go ahead and do it via a spreadsheet. So the first thing we need to do is create an importable spreadsheet, and we do this from the actions menu, and we go ahead and do export importable spreadsheet, and then in the options here we'll select parts, BOM, and then we'll give it a name. So we'll call it bike SE01 and click OK. So we'll just go ahead and open that up then into Excel. And then enable editing. So the first sheet is what's called the part sheet, so that defines all of the parts that exist within the BOM. And on the second sheet is the BOM structure, so the level of all of those parts within the structure and the action that is to be performed, as in add or remove from the structure. So in this case we want to add 2 new parts into the bike assembly, or rather add parts that already exist in Windchill into the bike assembly. So in my folder I'm going to have a look here for part with the name wheel, and we're going to add the front wheel assembly and we're going to add the rear wheel assembly. So I'll copy the number, and then on the BOM sheet we'll go ahead and copy all of these rows down, create a new row. We don't need this component ID column, so copy cells, and then into here we'll paste the number there, hit enter, and we'll go back and get the other one, rear wheel, copy, go ahead and take that, copy that down, and we'll paste the number into there. So the 2 new parts that are going to be added, that's the action there, ending 01392 and 01393, and we're actually going to add those at level 1. So we'll change that to level 1 and level 1 because we want those to appear right beneath the parent alongside the bike frame in this case. So some of the other columns that we could modify at this point if we wanted to, if we wanted more than one of those parts to be added to the structure, we could change the quantity here. If we were using different views of that part, so if we were using manufacturing and design views, we could choose which view version we're going to add into the structure. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and hit save on there, and then we will re-import that now into Windchill. So we'll go ahead and do actions, import from spreadsheet, and we'll go and get local file, and it was in my downloads, bike assembly 0, and we're going to do perform the action update only, and then we will validate the spreadsheet. So we're doing an update only because we're only changing the structure of the parent level part. We're not creating any new WT parts in this case. So that's validation. Validation succeeded, so then we can go ahead and hit import. And then if we go back to the bike assembly up here, go back to the structure of the bike assembly, so it hasn't changed yet because the import is still happening, and we can go and see that in the import job monitor. If we sort by last modified, so the import job there is currently still running. Okay. Then the import has completed, and we've added the front wheel assembly and the rear wheel assembly to the bike assembly. Okay, we've imported that and done the update via spreadsheet. We can turn on the visualization, and what we'll notice there is that the components have been placed at the default location there.